Arsenal have faced a transfer blow of Lucas Paqueta because another team in the names of Man City are into for his deal, and we are really going to bring you everything in there for you. Amidst the technical director of Arsenal, Edu, coming out and really informing us that he loves the player, he's so much interested in the player, but they're not into for him. A story really links back to Arsenal. This is karma, because we know that Arsenal are in for Lucas Paqueta. He told us that is Edu, that Arsenal is so much having lots of players to play into that position where he's really being linked to the side which goes by the name of Arsenal. Something I don't believe in the for you. And I really believe that there is genuine interest for Arsenal in Lucas Paqueta in the for you. Amidst everything happening now, I don't believe Arsenal have 100% pulled out in this deal. That's why it's a transfer blow for Lucas Paqueta in there for you, or a transfer wake up in there for you. Then we're talking about Tavares, who is in France undergoing a medical on loan at Marseille. Then we're also talking about Bellerin as his move to Arsenal really gets complicated. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So guys, today is really one of the weirdest days because I've really taken long without coming in here for you, but I'm trying to add up things in there for you, but been having problems in there for you, but we thank God that everything has been rectified and we are back to presenting to you in there for you. Now today we have this story coming in from Lipic from France in there for you. From France, it's El Quipi from France. They are telling us that if Man City sells Bernardo Silva, they would target Lucas Paqueta. Spurs made an offer of 40 million euros in January, but we are rejected. They are still interested. Paqueta is not interested in joining Arsenal nor Newcastle in the way. Have you heard that? It means that Arsenal are really out of this. The player doesn't want to play for them, and I really believe that this story is really trying to counter the story of Edu, the technical director of Arsenal, because after them beating a side which goes by the names of Chelsea by 4-0, he was really hijacked by the media personalities in America, and they really asked him about Lucas Paqueta. He said Lucas Paqueta is really a very good and talented player, but they're not targeting him. They're not looking at him, but he really loves the player and his style of play in there for you. But trust me, is there a technical director who can come out and say they're interested in a player when they have not yet even agreed personal terms in there for you? No way, no way. So I really believe that it's in the hands of Arsenal either to say no or yes, but in public they can't say yes, they want the player. 100% believe that Arsenal are interested in Lucas Paqueta because there was no reason as to why Arsenal was put into this contention. Why were they put in this contention? Obviously they need this player, and the player is saying, I'm not wanting to join a team which goes by names of Arsenal, but that is being put out by the agent of Lucas Paqueta because the technical director came out and said, we don't need a player who goes by the names of Lucas Paqueta. So I think you now know where the synopsis or the genesis of this started from in the for you, and I was trying to bring you up to speed that, but they're looking at Lucas Paqueta as a replacement of Bernardo Silva. And trust me, Bernardo Silva put in his offer to join a side which goes by the names of Barcelona 2 years ago. And there comes the manager of Barcelona in the names of Xavi, who is so much interested into this player who goes by the names of Bernardo Silva in the foyer. So it looks like Man City obviously are going to go in for a man who goes by the names of Lucas Paqueta. So Liquipi has gone ahead to tell us that Lucas Paqueta wants to leave Lyon. He's not keen on joining Arsenal or Newcastle, who have been linked to him in there for you. And this is via the Sun Football, but they are quoting L'Equipe from France. They have gone ahead to tell us that Lucas Paqueta wants to leave Lyon. He's not keen on joining Arsenal or Newcastle, who have also been linked. Instead, the Brazil international would prefer a move to Man City or Tottenham Hotspur, who have also shown interest in there for you. The Brazilian turned down Lyon's efforts to extend his contract, which runs out in 2025 after a disappointing campaign that saw the club missing on European qualification in there for you. So when you look at the story of a man who goes by the names of Lucas Paqueta, I've told you at first, they are countering the story that Edu put out while he was in America, that they don't need this player. So why should they come out and say that they're interested in joining Arsenal, yet the technical director came out verbally and publicly and said we're not interested in the player. So they had to put out this story to counter him. But I will believe that the interest of Man City is genuine because Man City can't go in and really get this player because obviously they are good at transfers. They're having one of the best managers in the world. Pep Guardiola is so much attractive in there for you. But don't underrate Mikel Arteta. If I told Mikel Arteta wants a player, there is the way he's really trying to convince these players to come in and join his team, which goes by the names of Arsenal. And I'm telling you, things have changed nowadays. Things have changed. It's no longer the club that is interested in a player. It approaches the club, then the club convinces the club, and then the club tells the player that you are going to this side. You've seen those transfers like Di Maria. He never wanted to come to Manchester United. Real Madrid forcefully sold him to Manchester United. You know that very well. And very many other deals that you've seen. But right about now, things have changed. Jules Koundé wanted to go to Barcelona. Then Chelsea was the first team to meet the realistic evaluation of Jules Koundé at Sevilla. Guess what? The player told them, I'm not going there. I'm going to Barcelona. You get? Then Barcelona came in, they paid the money, and now the player is finally at a place which is called Barcelona. He who has been made is going to undergo his medical today. Let me give you another player, Rafinha. Arsenal were the first teams to really bring in a bid that was unresistible by Leeds. You get? Then Chelsea came in through. All those teams had really brought in money that Barcelona had not yet brought because Deco had agreed with Barcelona way back in March that they're going to pay only 35 million euros. And now the deal maximized almost to 70 million euros. So after Arsenal and Chelsea coming in through and really agreeing a deal with the Leeds, the player said, I'm not going that side. I want to go to Barcelona. And Barcelona came in through and really made that deal happen. So that's what I'm telling you right about now, that it's no longer in the hands of the club. It's now in the hands of the player. Where does he want to go? So right now, it depends on the manager also. Where the player wants to go depends on the manager who is really going to coach him that side. You get? So ask yourself, if Pep Guardiola and Mikel Arteta are to convince Lucas Paqueta on where he's going, ask yourself, where will Lucas Paqueta choose? Will he choose Arsenal or Man City? It will depend on the promises the managers are really giving to the agent and the player. Secondly, the money factor. Obviously, both can pay him the money that he wants, close to £150,000 a week, which is okay for him. But who can really use the gift of gab that he has got to convince this player? So we are waiting to see where this story is going to end. But Lucas Paqueta doesn't want to extend his contract at Lyon, and Lyon don't want to lose this player. So they obviously want to sell him immediately in their free. Now, this player we're talking about had a very good season, and that's why he's in the news here onto the Rokani media football in the free. Let me show you how this guy performed last season and why very many clubs are in it for him. One, Lucas Paqueta made 35 appearances last season. He scored 9 goals. Put up 6 assists, 41 chances created, 118 dribbles, duels won, 257, 189 recoveries. That is a man who goes by names of Lucas Paqueta, and that's why he's needed in the attacking midfield of either Arsenal or a side which goes by the names of Man City. But Man City look like they are really going to go in for him, but it will depend on how Arsenal really take on their business. After their technical director came in and said, no, we are not into this player who goes by names of Lucas Paqueta in the face. So that is the guy, Lucas Paqueta. But I really believe that whichever team really takes him would have really taken a bargain. He's really a good player. He's really a good player. And I believe he's worth that money they're really telling him, or really slashing onto his head. But remember, the president, Jean-Michel Aulas, said they want £55 million. You get? So, £55 million is really not bad for a player who has really put up such a performance, because we've seen very many players like Chomini is going for like £70 million to Real Madrid. So, he's playing for Lyon and he really wants to see himself come to the Premier League. Almost these Brazilian players want to come to the Premier League. Reason? It's the most watched league now. Secondly, when you're playing at Man City or Arsenal, you are so much in the spotlight for the national team coach of Brazil, Tite, to really pick you onto the squad that is going to decide, which goes by the names of Doha. We know that Paqueta has been playing regularly in the Brazilian national team, but I really believe that it doesn't matter if at all a player comes out on mushrooms right now in the Premier League. When you're playing in France, they'll say, right, all right, you're playing in France, but a player in the Premier League is really so much exposed, and the Premier League is better than League One. So we are dropping you for that player. So very many players want to come to the Premier League. Reason being, it's like it's like a market put out there for you to go in and express your goods. And secondly, most of these players like Paqueta don't want to come to the Premier League because that is their final destination. No, their final destination is either Real Madrid or Barcelona. So when they come in here, they'll get in the job done and then get their ideal move. Look at Rafinha. Rafinha came in at Leeds. He played like 2-3 seasons in there for you, and finally he has gotten himself the dream move to Barcelona, and it's happening. You get? So I think these players come in here to really showcase their goods, because the Premier League is one of the best markets to showcase your goods, and then teams like Real Madrid or Barcelona will pick interest in you because these players want to be playing in Real Madrid or a side which goes by names of Barcelona. So that is Lucas Paqueta for you, but you're waiting to see what is going to happen for him when he really decides on where he's going to go. But looks like the transfer ball has been hit to Arsenal because Man City are in for this player, and it's 90% that Bernardo Silva is going to leave a side which goes by the names of what's the team? What's the name of the team? By the names of Man City, and he wants to go to play under the era or tenure of Xavi in Barcelona. Obviously, Xavi told everyone that my ideal midfield three is Busquets, Pedri, and Bernardo Silva. So he really believes that he really needs a left-footed player into his midfield in Barcelona. So we are waiting to see how that is going to happen in the future, but it depends on Bernardo Silva's departure. If he stays, that means the player won't leave and Arsenal might go in and get him. But the technical director told us that he likes the player. He's one of the best players in the French League One last season, but they are not interested in him. But I always tell you that he can't come out and say that he's interested in him in public. But obviously, I know they're really looking him under the radar, as Fabrizio told us that Edu is really doing his signings under the ladder. And Edu told us that before he really comes in through to come in and reveal the deal, before he really comes in to land a deal, he talks to the player and talks to the agent. That means Arsenal talked to the agent of Lucas Paqueta, and it's the agent that's really letting out this news that Arsenal are interested in him, Spurs, Newcastle either for you, and then comes Newcastle. So it shows you that something is going to happen anytime from now. So guys, let's get into a story of a man who goes by names of Hector Bellerin in there for 27 years of age, and he is really trying to force a move out of Arsenal in the for you. Then Matteo Moreto has come out and told us that Bellerin representatives are in talks with Arsenal about his future. The idea is to go out at the lowest possible cost, even possibly free. The player wants to leave. In addition to Betis, there are other interested clubs. His salary is a problem. That's it. So Betis is really wanting Hector Bellerin, where he was on loan last season, and even the player wants to go and play that side. Villarreal came in through and really put out the money, and the player said, I'm not going that side. I only want to play for a side which goes by the names of Real Betis. And now we are being told that Bellerin's return to Real Betis is very complicated due to the salary limits facing Betis. Bellerin's time at Arsenal and in England is over, but he has other suitors from Italy and Spain in the for you. So the fact is, this player is really wanted by other teams, but for him, he has already made a decision that I'm not going to any other club apart from Real Betis. He wants to play at Real Betis in the for you, and he doesn't want to go and play for any other team. And Real Betis shamingly put £4 million on table for Arsenal. And Arsenal said, Real Betis, we are not taking your money. Please be mature enough and know that we are a club that is really great, and this player is just 27 years of age. How can you offer just 27? How can you offer just £4 million? This player is valued at like 10-15 million pounds. And I gave you an example that if I told Dejan Spence, who was playing with Nottingham into into the championship and really led them to the Premier League, was bought at £25 million. At least you expect Hector Bellerin to come in here and cost close to 10 or 50 million pounds. And there are teams that are willing to pay that money because Hector Bellerin is 27. He's good, proven player, but he fell into the picking order of Mikel Arteta. Arteta doesn't want him anymore at Arsenal, and even the player doesn't want to be at Arsenal anymore. He feels like playing in Spain is the best gift for himself as he really ages to the 28th floor of his age in the foyer. So we are here waiting to see how this deal is going to come in and happen. But Arsenal are saying we are not going to sell you to Real Betis if at all they don't get us a move in the foyer. I've even had a story that he is even considering to terminate his contract with Arsenal. So let's wait and see. Lots of things are really going to be happening at Arsenal because they are now acting on the outgoings. The first outgoing of Arsenal is, who was he? Guendouzi. Guendouzi left a side which goes by the names of Arsenal because when they loaned him to Marseille, they put out an option to buy, and they paid £9.5 million. But Arsenal was too wise. Even after him going to Marseille, Arsenal know that he's a very good player. They'll sell him like 2-3 years to come in another big club, and Arsenal put out like a 20-30% percentage to Arsenal on the amount of money they'll sell him. So it looks like for them, they're just here blowing their pinky finger, telling them, please, Guendouzi, do us a favor and really play very well. After playing very well, we want to see you sold to a side which goes by the names of PSG, Real Madrid, or elsewhere. They cough like £60 million. We get like another 20 out of you. So that's what Arsenal is all about in the fight. So they are now wanting to get in Hector Bellerin out or Kwonko out. Now, let's get to another player they want to get out in the for you. He goes by names of Nuno Tavares. And a story was reported by various in the for you. They told us that full agreement in place for the dry loan of Nuno Tavares to Marseille. He will have his medical tomorrow in there for you. That is a man who goes by name of Nuno Tavares. And today, El Piqui, this is really one of the credible sources from France. Those that are asking me sources, whenever you see that are highlighted in blue, that is the source where I would have gotten that story from. So they're telling us that Nuno Tavares in France tonight to have his medical tomorrow ahead of his loan to Marseille in there for you. So he's going to undergo his medical in there for you, and we're 100% sure that this lad is really going to go in there and really do great at Marseille. Arsenal really have a very good relationship with Marseille. They loan their two players, William Saliba, Guendouzi. For Guendouzi, there was a buy option. But for that of Saliba, no buy option. And they are pushing to really make a bid and buy Saliba in there for you. But Mikel Arteta has said William Saliba is a player who's going to be so much important and integral into this season, where Arsenal is going to go ahead and really play into the UEFA Europa League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and the Premier League. So that's what Mikel Arteta is really saying about Saliba. So after really failing to get William Saliba, they've gone back to Arsenal and really told them, please, we have now really bowed to what you want. Before we wanted to get this player back to Arsenal, we wanted to get this player at Marseille, then we have to put there a buy clause. You get? But Arsenal said no. So Marseille said, all right, we've bowed down to you. Let us get this player on a long season loan in there for you, and we take him and we return him back in the season. Because the way the manager of Marseille has really transformed the talent of William Saliba and Guendouzi, who were from Arsenal last season on loan, has really impressed Mikel Arteta and Edu. Now they believe that it should be the ideal destination for a man who goes by the names of Nuno Tavares. And guess what? Arsenal rejected a deal of Tavares to Atalanta because Atalanta said we want to put a buy clause, and Arsenal said it has to be a loan with no option to buy. Atalanta said we want him on loan with an option to buy. Arsenal said no. Then Marseille really returned, and they were really given first-hand information and chance to take this player. But the player is really good. He's good, and I really believe that he's going to be developing into a player that most of us are really going to come here and admire. That is a man who goes by the names of Nuno Tavares. Tavares is in France to undergo his medical, and now a player who goes by the names of Lucas Paqueta is wanting to go to Man City and is snubbing Arsenal in there for you. And Hector Bellerin too wants to leave and is forcing a move out of Arsenal. So Arsenal are really working a lot of outgoings for your information. They want Pepe out, Hector Bellerin out, Nuno Tavares is going on loan, Lorraine Balogun is going on loan. Which other player? Pablo Mari is going out on loan. So they have like 8-9 players to see to it that they really put out and really get in some money. Because even loaning a player, you get in some money. A loan fee is paid like £6 million or £3 million depending on to the usefulness of the player to that club. So after loaning out like 3-4 players, because Okonkwo is going to be loaned, Tavares, which other player? Barrogan, there is Reece Nelson. Close to 4 players are going to be loaned, and you might find yourself that Arsenal can really get in like £12 million out of those loan moves in there for you, and then they really sell others. So I told you that Arsenal, from the outgoings, they can gather like £60 or £70 million. That's what I really believe from Arsenal in there for. Even Bernard Leno is either going to Leicester City or Fulham in there for you. And remember, David Austin told us that for Arsenal to bring in Tielemans, they have to first offload some players. And obviously, that's what's happening. And right now, everything is going on like that in the face. So guys, thank you for watching in. Smash the like button, comment and share. And let me know what you think about Lucas Paqueta transfer blow to Arsenal in there for you. Then Tavares in France to undergo his medical. And Hector Bellerin trying to force out a move. He also wants to terminate his contract with Arsenal in the face. Your reactions are welcome into the comment section below. Smash the like button, guys. Comment and share, guys. And those that are watching us for the very first time, or you've been always watching us and you've already subscribed to our channel, please endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner, smash that red button. That is the subscription button. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. So today, I think this might be our last story of the day. Let's wake up tomorrow morning with a vibe and bring you more news as far as the transfers are concerned. I'm signing out for now. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly, and I cover you all in the blood of Jesus Christ. I'm out.